Hi everybody in YouTube world. It's June, your tarot queen, your mouth of the south, your self-help therapist, whatever you want to call me. Hi. So I was listening to the Tarot Twins today. I think they're wonderful. The house is still stalling, but you know, hey, we can always hold hope and maybe somebody's out there protesting. Eleanor got me this deck of cards and I am opening them right now. I am going to use them as a collective reading for all of us who are trying to release some excess weight and make ourselves healthier, making healthier choices. I was gonna do a self-talk on that. It's just really pretty. It says, into the gray, we follow like 1,000 flickering stars. And there is I can't read it, I'm sorry. This is in the box. It's called The Seeker. I don't have this deck, so I thought it was really pretty cool that she sent it to me. Thank you, Eleanor. And everybody who contributes to my channel, I appreciate it. But it says, into the gray we follow, like 1,000 flickering stars, and there in the sunlit hollow we lose and find what is ours. And that is to chase dear light and shadow seer. May this deck help you find what is yours. Oh, that's sweet. And it's made by Chris Ann. Has a little thick book, which is kind of cool. Probably gives you a little history and you know what the cards mean for this author, which I might save this little book. It's interesting. So, and it's a little thicker than most, so I'm gonna save it, put it in the box. And I'll pull these little babies out. And we are gonna use them today. I like to save my boxes if I can. But it's a very pretty back. Put my box down here somewhere. Maybe I'll find a better place for it later. So I'm not wasting all your time. So anyway, this is what the deck looks on the back. And of course, you know, all decks should have the full as a start. So anyway, they are kind of thick. I don't know how well I'll be able to shuffle them, but we'll see. And I am going to shuffle them really good. And I'm going to ask Universe to help us all to be more healthy and to figure out what we need to do or how we can lose some weight. What is the universe advice for us to release weight? I don't want to say lose, because when you lose something, you go find it. So I say release, so we can just send it out into the wild or send it to somebody who may need it. There are people out there that want to gain weight. So I used to be one of those when I was a young girl. I was definitely one of those. They're not too bad to shuffle. They're just new. Once I get them broken good, they'll be fine. And I'm sure there's 78 cards in here. I have decks that have more than 78 cards, so they have like house cards. 78 tarot decks, yes. 78 cards, so it's a true tarot deck. Okay, we're gonna shuffle them really good. So while I'm shuffling, self-talk is I only put what is good for me in my mouth. I eat until I'm full. Snacking is not what I like to do. I like to eat until I'm full and then I stop. I put smaller portions on my plate. little bit of self-talk there. And I only eat what is on my plate. I do not go back for seconds because they make me stuffed and I feel miserable. So I never go back for seconds. I always think before I eat. I never eat mindlessly. I sit down at my table. There's a full card. Just fill out. She said, you gotta be a little bit more carefree. Now, everybody deserves a snack every now and again. I mean, I'm a fool for salt and potato chips, not necessarily candy bars. But some people are really like candy bars or shakes or fast food. And I rarely eat fast food anymore. So I would say that too. I rarely eat fast food. I try to think about what I'm going to eat and if it is healthy for me or helping me. Now, everybody has their vices. Sunkist happens to be mine. And I try to limit my intake on those. Not so much as good as I should. However, I think this could be shuffled pretty good. Let's try one more time. Oh, got a Lowe's update. Interesting. Hi, Spirit. Hi. Let's see what universe has to tell us about losing weight. They're kind of sticky because they're new. They are matted. They're not like super shiny, so you can really see the pictures without the glare. That was a devil. Oof. You be looking some good looking there. Devils can be charming. And I'm telling you, fast food is of the devil. Especially if you're trying to release weight. Let's see what else I got. I think that's it. We're done with this. Okay, we're gonna read these first because this may be for somebody else. It's got the Emperor. And you know, again, this is being fair to yourself. You know your limits. You know your weaknesses. You know them. So you need to be fair with yourself. And you need to decide, is this momentary pleasure going to help me in the long run? Is it going to help me reach my goal of whatever your goal may be? You know, if it's to lose 20 pounds, is this going to help me lose 20 pounds? This momentary gratification. Be fair to yourself. It's hard. Addiction to food is the hardest addiction to overcome because you need food to live. Now, with prices being the way they are, we may not have a problem. And this is the Two of Swords. And if you'll notice that she's got crows tying the blindfold on or pulling at her hair or whatever. And this isn't being denial. You know, I used to say, because I was made fun so much when I was young, I used to say, you know what, I can't wait to be fat. Can't wait. Well, wish granted. I got fat. Real big. So far, I have released 70 pounds, guys. But I didn't do it with denial. Because I looked in the mirror and I thought it was thin, but I wasn't. So I didn't do it with denial. Look at yourself truthfully. Be truthful with yourself and be honest with yourself. If your knees are hurting, your hips are hurting, when you're walking, you're out of breath from here to there, it's time to release some things that are making you unhealthy. And stress eating, oh my gosh, did I ever do that? So you're going to have to find another way to be stress-free. But this card is telling us that we really can't be in denial. Well, more of me to love or whatever. Is this weight condition making you unhealthy? Whether it be anorexia or bulimia or just thinking you're thin and you're really fat. Or thinking you're fat and you're really thin. You know, find your comfortable weight and make that your goal. That comfortable weight where you're not out of breath when you're walking. You can walk from the here to the mailbox, you know? Find that goal, that weight, that perfect weight that is, and you can go 2 or 3 pounds above or below and be okay. But don't be in denial with yourself is what this is trying to say. Then it talks about the 3 of Swords, which is a choice. You know, everything you do in life is a choice. You can wake up happy, you can wake up sad. Now, you can wake up and eat a whole bag of potato chips if you want to. I've done that. And it showed right on my bottom. So now everything is a choice. Is this choice healthy for me? And if not, don't make it. Distract yourself. Do something different. Move with your hands. Go dig in the dirt. Do something different. Go for a walk. Something different. Don't make the wrong decisions. Rest is a very important thing. So everybody needs to get rest. And this is the 4 of cards. And she's like in a bird's nest. But you know what? Everybody needs to have rest. Everybody needs to work at what they're wanting in life. You have to work at things. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing. So unless the only choice that happens of the night is when you wake up and you say, okay, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to make this the best day it can be. That happens overnight. Weight gain, weight loss does not happen overnight. So you've got to make the correct choices and you've got to get rest. Your body needs it. And you got to give some things a rest, like food that isn't good for you. And I believe once you, there's my harmony, there's my rainbow. Once you are doing these things and you're seeing that the weight is coming off a lot easier or you're gaining the way you want to, you're going to be happier. You're going to be healthier. You're not going to let stress or other people's opinion bother you. So you're going to feel so proud of yourself. I'm going to be proud of you. The world will be proud of you. Because it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. So give yourself little rewards on the way to where you want to be, whether it's gaining or losing. Give yourself rewards. Like, I bought myself a new pair of shorts. Did I have the money for it? Well, no, not really, but I did it anyway because I deserved it. I worked hard to get here. And you will too. So give yourself those little rewards. Page of Cups. And, you know, we like to go with the flow. You know, in the South, everything is celebrating with food, you know, crying with food, being sad with food. whether you're going to a party or going to a funeral, you are going to be celebrating with food in the South. We need to find a different way to celebrate. So don't necessarily go with the flow of that. Take water, take something, Gatorade, whatever, something good, vegetables or whatever, if you're going to celebrate with food. Don't always take, the sweet stuff and the, or the unhealthy bread and, bunch of carbs. Carbs are not good for you guys. I know they say in moderation, everything in moderation. And it's true, everything in moderation. But we got to know where we're going with it. We can't just try everything. We got to stick to a plan, or try to stick to a plan. And if it isn't working for you, by all means, cut it off and find something else. And be honest. Be honest with yourself. Love yourself just the way you are today. And tomorrow, when you're even better, love yourself then too. And realize that you are a lovable person just the way you are. But you want to be healthier. You want to be more fit so you can get down on the floor and play with your grandkids or go for a walk or a bike ride or something. You want to be more fit. So therefore, you're beautiful just the way you are. And remember that and love yourself. And realize that when you're even better tomorrow, you'll be beautiful then too. So it's okay. You're just trying to make yourself healthier. Not to look like a skinny little model in a page or whatever, or a fat model in a page or whoever. You're not trying to look like anybody. You're just trying to be you and be the healthiest you can be. And the last one of this is the 7 of Wands. And this says to try to stand your ground. It's hard, I know. And sometimes you do need a break from it. But if you fall off or you take your little break, get right back on. Don't, oh, I can't do it, obviously. I'm craving potato chips. I can't do it. Well, go ahead and have a few of those potato chips. Not the whole bag, but a few. But then tomorrow don't have any. Get right back on that horse. Fall off, get right back on. So with that being said, on those cards for weight loss, what universe had to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I did pull 3 cards, and I don't know who they're for. But we are going to take a gander at them, and I think they could be a political in nature. I do think that some of, the representatives are really looking at their moral compass, and they have the Hierophant card. Maybe they listen to Pope Leo. I don't know. However, they are looking at their moral compass, and they don't want to see children go without food. So there's been a few that have voted no. And of course, the Speaker of the House, whoever he is trying to keep the vote open. And it's been open for like a record number of hours right now, just to tire people out, and they'll change it back to yes, to pass that bill. But I think they're really starting to look, and hopefully that they're looking at it and they're like, dude, you can keep it open for 5 years. I ain't gonna do what you want me to do. So you're just shooting yourself in the foot. I might change it from yes to no, because you're keeping it open, trying to pressure me into doing something I don't feel like is morally correct. And they're really looking at their morals. So I think that's pretty cool for the political realm. And the Hangman is reverse. And that was a major, and so is this one. And people are not naive. Some people pretend to be. you know, hey, I'm going to pretend like I don't know what's going on. And yeah, I'm just going to go with the flow. But people are not naive. And if they think for 1 second that Donald Trump is going to keep them in office or out of office, they are sadly mistaken. So, just so you know, all these people that are voting no for this bill, this big, disastrous, murderous deal, they're looking at their morals, and they're looking at his morals, and they're weighing them. Can I live with this vote? Can I live with this vote? So there you have it. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is reversed. So I think they're not going to give in just because their person, or they think this person can keep them out of the White House or keep them in the White House, or, you know, hey, they don't have to answer their phone to him. They can hang up. They don't have to answer it. I don't answer spam calls all the time. So, I mean, they don't have to. They voted. They did their duty. They went home. Turn the phone off. They're listening to their morals. At least the majority, I think, are listening to their morals, which is wonderful. And I hope they continue to do so. And I hope the longer this vote stays open for the right of the bill, I hope the more people say no. And maybe he will realize he should have closed it a long time ago so that he wouldn't lose more votes. I think that'd be awesome. What about y'all? Okay, so now I am going to do, since Miss Eleanor gave me this deck, I am going to do a little 4-card situational reading for her. She gave me another deck, the Goddess deck, and this is the Seers. So I'm going to do a little 4-card reading with her and for her on this one, which is a situational reading. And I know she won't mind. So I'm going to do that for Miss Eleanor with the deck that she gave me. So I'm going to think about Eleanor and think about what she needs and her situations. So. Okay. I do these a little different than just, you know, flinging cards around, so I want to make these a pre-shuffled. And something is telling me to split them, so I am going to split them. Queen of Wands, stick to your guns. One card right away jumping out at me. It's telling me, Eleanor, you gotta pick and stick to it. Don't believe in you. Believe in you. Believe that things are gonna work out the way you need them to. Don't second guess yourself. That's not fair. You're not being fair to you. But anyway, I'm going to shuffle that back in there. And I am going to split because it told me it wanted me to. Okay. All right, number 1, this situation. Temperance. You know, sometimes we're blue in the face and nobody hears us. And I think in a situation that you're in, some people are not picking up what you're laying down. They don't understand. They're not thinking the way maybe they should. But they don't see things the way you did, but they will. I don't know if you've ever watched Jenny and Georgia, but I think you should. I think you'll get a kick out of it. And see how kids come around. But, yeah, you're not being heard. What's working against you is the Six of Swords. You have a lot of baggage. You have a lot of things that weigh you down or stress you out or trigger you or make you feel inferior when you've done the best you can do. Nobody could have done it better. No one. And there is no one-on-one on how to do things. So this is working against you. And if I had to stop right here and tell you something to do, I would imagine all this weight in a backpack, all these things, all these troubles, things that trigger you. And I would drive over a bridge of water, and I would imagine myself taking this backpack off, rolling down my window and throwing it in there and let that water just wash it off. But that is what's working against you. You tend to look backwards instead of forward. You got to let people come to what you're trying to say, and maybe you need to say it a little differently, but what you're trying to say in their own terms. You can't expect them to just get it, because they don't. A lot of people don't. You have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful intuition. And this card was on the deck of the box. It was on the deck, and it is the High Priestess. And she does have red hair, like you, Eleanor. And if you look closely, even though her eyes are closed, they're still open. Which tells me, in your intuition, this is a major arcana, or this is a minor, so this is stronger than this. And it says to use your intuition to push yourself forward, to make yourself be heard, to help them to understand what has gone on, and to help other people understand. You know, you are a very talented woman. You're smart, and you're beautiful, and you're talented. You have a lot of degrees. I mean, come on. Pat yourself on the back, and you have a very good intuition. I have met a lot of people with a lot of good intuition, but yours is up there. Even when your eyes are closed and you're dreaming, your eyes are open. No fooling you. You have a very good intuition. Use it. It's in your ally position. Your best course of action is find all your elements. You know, like the t-shirt I had on the other day. It had my earth, my air, my water, my fire, you know. And you got to use all those, plus your intuition, which is spirit. So, you know, use your fiery, you know, determination. Use your wonderful creative ideals. Use your love and your passion, right? And use your sharpness. Use your determination. Use your ideals. Use your family. Call on the ones on the other side. Let them help you. Use your elements. Find them, gather them, and use them. That's your best course of action. So, just to make sure I've said everything to Miss Eleanor that I need to, I am going to shuffle this deck one more time. And if you happen to see Gina T out, tell her I said, hey. And I do private consultations, y'all. So if you want a reading by me, and if you're worried about the price, just send me an email, and I'll put the link to my email in the description. But please just send me an email and let's talk about it. I feel like I have a gift and I'm giving you a gift. So if you can't afford a lot, I'm not going to expect a lot. Now, granted, I don't want to be taken advantage of. Nobody does. So let's exchange gifts, as it were. And then, I'll get to that after I get this last card done here. But I do appreciate all of you who have supported my channel. And again, if you want me to do a bonus reading for you, please, by all means, let me know I can. I'll put you on my list and I'll do it. I know, it's a short list. All right. Knight of Wands. Oh, we talked about, you had the Magician. It was reversed, so you don't have all your elements. So I think you have an ideal, and it's time for you to take action where your family is concerned. And this talks about, you're not going to be able to talk to them because they're not picking up really what you're laying down. So you're going to have to find a creative way to get them to understand things and understand the things that you went through so that they can understand the things that they went through. And you know what? It's nobody's fault. It really isn't a fault. It's they don't understand. That's what they don't get it. But they will. I promise. And if you get a chance, watch Jenny and Georgie. There's an episode in there where I think you'll understand it. It's a TV series. It's on Netflix. But anyway, and it's in season 1, so I think you'll get it. You'll get exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, take action where your family is concerned, but don't do it voice-wise. Do it creatively. So, with all that being said, you guys, I really want everybody to stay mystical. And please like and subscribe to my channel. We're still trying to give away the wonderful quilt by Eleanor. And we're thinking about doing a runner-up. It's like 2 names being pulled out of the bowl instead of 1. So they may get 2. Not the same one, but a different quilt made by Eleanor. Or we may do even 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you can get a private, what I call a big throw, from me, a reading, a personal one-on-one, me and you reading, whether it's in person or over Zoom or over Facebook or over Messenger, however we can do it, that's what we'll do. So, please like and subscribe if you like my content. Let's get to 2,500 subscribers, and let's get this channel rocking. And please, I'm gonna put my bonfire store on the community page, and if you want to check out some of the t-shirts that I have been designing and you're able to purchase them, please do so. That will help me out a lot. And again, stay mystical.